You're listening to Health Professional Radio. My name is Wayne Buckler, and with me today, in the interests of full disclosure, is a friend. We're about to talk to Sonia Bernhardt, who I've had dealings with for, I don't know, much longer than I care to remember, since the days when I was running around in Brisbane, and Sonia was, even that long ago, owner and manager of ThoughtWare. Good morning to you, Sonia, and welcome to Health Professional Radio.
Morning, Wayne. I'll take the friend.
Now, listen, let me move on to ThoughtWare. Tell us what geographic footprint you service so that our listeners who are not in your area can sort of get their heads around where we are, and then tell us what ThoughtWare does.
Fabulous. Thanks, Wayne. Our current client base is across Australia, New Zealand, plus we have prospects in Singapore. We assist organisations who provide care for as little as 10 clients to those who care for thousands on a daily basis. And that, in that footprint, spans aged care, community care, disability care, indigenous care, retirement living and hospitals. What does ThoughtWare do? Well, you know that big compliance stick that threatens to hit firms and people if they do not obey rules and regulations, if they don't meet compliance requirements, if they don't have appropriate governance frameworks in place, or they don't manage risk? Well, we help keep that compliance stick at bay with the software that we have developed.
So it's an IT company basically, but plugged very strongly by the sound of it into the health sector.
Absolutely. We're actually an multiple award-winning software development house, and we're very much in all of the care sectors, yes. Wow.
So, Sonia, just enumerate the product for us. Tell us what it does.
Okay. The product is called i.on. It is an evidence-based software platform that's designed to assist all of those industries, the hospital and all of the care industries, as well as retirement living. But fundamentally, it's about helping those organisations meet their governance, risk management and compliance needs. Now, to meet that, there's other things that are also needed, such as accreditation and human resources, making sure there's a big focus on delivering continuous quality improvement. And then you need the things that all of us as human, especially the older aged friends of us that are human, that we need, and that is a lot of automation about alerts, reminders, escalations monitoring, and wrapping all of that up with reporting on everything that we need to know about what we did when we need to know it.
Now, Sonia, you're pretty heavily connected with some of these organisations. Is that how you get to know what they need in their software?
You know, Wayne, that is a fantastic question, because mainly today a lot of people think that software development companies and or geeks, and I'm happy to put my hand up and say I'm a geek, we only know software, and that we don't understand the businesses of the industries that we design the software for. But in actual fact, we do. We know the issues. We know everything about the policies and the procedures and the overburden of the paperwork. So it's very much a work of passion, of seeing that people in these industries are suffering, that they are overburdened, and then designing something with the tools that in my industry we love and we just want other people to use and get incredible value from.
Now, I know you say on your website that ThoughtWare is unique. What do people use who don't use ThoughtWare? How is it compliance achieved?
You know, in this day and age, compliance is such an increasing requirement, isn't it? Aren't you seeing more and more and more requests and things for compliance? So when that type of thing happens in the market, many other firms do pop up and they do generate solutions to assist. So we are unique, and we do, particularly in those health industries and hospitals, for offering the governance, the risk management and compliance, and integrating with all of their other systems through web services. But, you know, in this world, the thing is that people need choices, and there are choices out there. I'd, of course, say we're the best, and in fact, winning all of our awards and our clients winning awards is an indication that we are the best, but people will find their pathways. They can even ring us, and we can help point them that if it's not us, to where is an appropriate solution for them.
Now, I'm also looking at your website, and it tells me it's not just the health sector, but also in education and childcare.
That's correct. And in actual fact, ultimately, in any industry that is seeking to improve governance, risk management and compliance, our solution, i.on, brings significant benefits, mainly for these reasons. You know, ultimately, everyone is overburdened with rules, regulations and paperwork. And really, that's almost everybody these days, isn't it? So our solution will work with people who want more time to spend on what they love to do. So, for example, in the health industry, our solution helps people have more time to care for the people in their care instead of spending time filling out paperwork and preparing reports. And it works the same in other industries. For example, mining industry, aviation industry, they actually have, they're totally different industries, but the aspects of regulatory requirements and stacks of paperwork and a need to report and a need to provide evidence is in existence across many industries.
Now, we're in the age where every time there's an issue that hits the paper, the government's response is to introduce more compliance governance to at least be seen to be addressing the issues. One of the things in the health industry that's been particularly prevalent in Australia because of the Bundaberg Hospital incident with the allegedly unauthorised surgeries a few years ago was credentialing. Now, does your product keep track of credentials?
Absolutely, and I'm totally with you there, Wayne, about that. Taking action to be seemingly to do action. There's a whole lot of that. Our system assists with providing the credentials and tracking of those and understanding of not only who's got what, but when are they due for expiry and sending alerts and reminders and escalating if required to get those updating. We're also seeing some other similar rush of government's regulatory requirements in the community care industry at the moment for this thing known as CDC, the Consumer Directed Care, and many other reforms, which ultimately what that's really doing is it's just creating a state of unrest and confusion for many people because it's adding a whole lot of additional burdens, and that's where software like ours and others in this genre of software can make people's life easier. Instead of getting buried under all these new requirements, to seek a technology solution that already understands what needs to be done and will make life easier.
You're listening to Health Professional Radio. My name is Wayne Buckler, and my guest in conversation today is Sonia Bernhardt, CEO of ThoughtWare Australia Proprietary Limited, a firm that provides software to assist with governance in the health and care industries. Sonia, does the idea of governance automation as you're doing extend to smaller specialist clinics and practices, or does it need a high volume to make it viable?
In any company from 1 to 1 million people ought to be looking at their governance. And in actual fact, it's a great question because often the smaller companies think, oh no, that's something that only when we get to size XX we need to start looking at. So putting aside all the government enforcement of these things, it is just good daily practices for your organisation to be framed and structured within appropriate governance and risk management that you yourself will have improved practices. In truth, Wayne, do you know, we actually use this software in our own company. And we're in software development. We're not even in health. You know, we're in health in understanding the health industry. But because it is valuable to be able to have an auditable, evidence-based trail of who you are and what you do and how you do it. And better than that, as an individual, for every day to be able to be given your to-do list and automated reports of what's going on in your organisation makes you a better organisation.
It sounds like it would, and in the age of litigation, it's even more vital to have that firm evidence trail. Sonia, my, signature question to close with. What's the biggest misconception about your products and services that drives you nuts and keeps you awake at night?
You know, there's a lot of software, and we've had a little bit of discussion about that, and there's specifically a lot there for the health professionals. We have found that specifically in the health industry, people are looking for one system, one mega system that does everything, whereas in my experience, often cramming all functions into one system does compromise the design and capabilities. So what's often misunderstood or is a misconception amongst people is how easy today it really and truly is to blend systems together to provide an end result that is actually got the look and feel of one interface system. So, you know, what I think about is that it's often better for people to seek best-of-breed systems and then hook them together via web services to deliver an outstanding result. And that's far better than delaying a decision because you're waiting for the mega system that does everything.
Yes, I think the mega systems are often very difficult to implement and get to work. And in the health industry in Queensland, we point to payroll as one of those problems.
Yeah, I know a little bit about that payroll issue in Queensland Health.
Sonia, it's been a delight to chat to you again after what's been a gap of many years. We'll put an interview transcript on our website at www.hpr.fm and an audio file up there for anyone who's come in late and wants to catch up. It'll be on SoundCloud.
Sounds fantastic, Wayne.
Those transcripts and audio files are available for anyone who wants them at no cost at www.hpr.fm. This has been Wayne Buckler for Health Professional Radio. My guest, Sonia Bernhardt. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wayne. Been a delight. Thank you very much.